Okay. Good morning, everybody. Magical morning, everybody. And now we're live. And now, Judy, I hope you can hear us. You should be able to. That we weren't live before. So, good morning, Sue, and good morning, Chris, and good morning, Junie, and good morning, Richard. Welcome aboard. Today's a really interesting day, and I want to read. I actually want to read from the book here for a minute. As I changed my life using gratitude, the things that I took for granted or didn't give a second thought about became an absolute miracle to me. I went from sweating the small stuff in my little world and day to day life to opening my eyes and thinking about the bigger picture and wonder of the universe. And the sort of the message here today, we're going to talk about the magical air we breathe, but the bigger message is to ponder the miracle that is our existence. Because we tend never to think about it. But the fact that we wake up every morning, the fact that we have air to breathe, the fact that we actually have food to eat, the fact that we have a planet that maintains an atmosphere in a solar system that is perfectly balanced with a sun that gives us the right amount of energy in a galaxy that is one of billions of galaxies and billions of stars in a universe that is so big we can't even imagine it. At least what appears to be the measurable universe is beyond our human comprehension to manage the dimensions of it or to understand the dimensions. And toss that into the idea that some people think there may not be anything out there at all. It may all be a figment of our imagination. The fact that we're even here, the fact that we have air to breathe is an absolute miracle. And so the idea here is to get outside of ourselves and look at the bigger picture, I think, is the real message of this chapter. Laura?
Yeah, you know what? I can say that this chapter brought to the forefront something that I almost wish I knew when I was younger, because whether it may or may not have helped, but I used to have asthma. I was born with it. It went away at a really young age, and then when I turned about, gosh, 15, I started getting it back. And I noticed that it had to do more with colds, but not being able to breathe and actually take the air in was really scary. And so now for a really long time, when that finally went away from me, luckily, I am really grateful for the trees, for the oxygen, for the air, just being able to breathe. I'm grateful for that, because it is such a bad feeling and not being able to just take a breath in. So I love this chapter, and I love the fact that they go into, take a look at all around us. It's everything. We should be grateful, not just for the air, for the trees, for the water, for the grass, for just everything. And that's what makes this book so amazing, is it just brings us back to what I'm thinking in my mind is just the simple things in life, the nature things, the scientific type things, and anyway, so I am really grateful, and I love how they just go into, in the chapter, they just go into deep thinking about what oxygen is and where does it come from, and to just remind us that it is a precious gift to have, because without it, none of us would last for more than a few minutes. So I don't know. For me, this was like a really deep chapter, and I just think that, yeah, it's the air I breathe, and it's precious. So I will be continuing to be thankful and grateful that now that I'm no longer have it, not even with colds, that it's not going to come back, because I'm already forethinking that I'm healthy now, and I'm grateful for all of the things that make me healthy, and Anyway, so I like what they also say too is, they talk about ancient teachings. This is like one of the very last things in the chapter. It says that when a person reaches the point of being deeply grateful for the air that we breathe, their gratitude will have reached a new level of power, and that they have become the true alchemist who can effortlessly turn every part of their life into gold. And wow, what a statement, huh?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. And right before that, there's another one that I really like. When we can feel truly grateful for the precious gifts of life and nature, like the magical air that we breathe, we have reached one of the deepest levels of gratitude. And whoever has that depth of gratitude will receive absolute abundance. And I want to encourage you to expand your thinking. While the chapter focuses on the air we breathe, it really is meant to encompass the bigger picture. What would we do without gravity? What would we do if the sun and the moon and the earth and all the planets weren't so perfectly balanced in the system that they're in? How did they get that way? It's certainly beyond our comprehension. We didn't put them there. Something did. So just be immensely grateful. Look around you and be immensely grateful that we're even here at all. Because if you really consider the infinitesimally small possibility that we could be here, it's pretty miraculous that we're here at all.
Yeah. Yep. Does anybody have any questions about the chapter? Let's get some engagement in the group. Hello, group. I know there's a little delay, so that's okay. But
Marta came on. Hello, Marta.
hi, Marta. Junie, I'm so glad you could join us. I hope everything's going well with you. Chris, Sue, Rick.
Well, while we're waiting to see if anybody responds to your question, do you want to cover today's exercise?
Yep. I'll go into, we're magic practice number 23, the magical air that you breathe. So the exercises, count your blessings, write your blessings down, make a list, go back over when you're done, read through it, and say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel very grateful for your blessings. Now, 5 times today, stop and think about the glorious air that you breathe. Take 5 deliberate breaths and feel the feeling of air move inside your body and feel the joy of breathing it out. After you're taking the 5 breaths, say the magic words, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you for the magical air that I breathe. I'm so used to saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Be as grateful as you can for the precious life-giving air that we breathe. And then just before you go to sleep tonight, take your magic rock in one hand and say the words, thank you for the best thing that has happened during the day. And that's the lesson for today. Now it looks like Sue says, trust me, to breathe is everything. When my daughter was born, her spinal cord had tugged her brainstem, was being pinched, and she couldn't suck and breathe. The Lord is good, and she's here 30 years old now. Never underestimate oxygen. Yeah, that's awesome, Sue. Yeah. Nope, never take oxygen for granted. Right, Chris. Absolutely.
And that's the message of this chapter, to stop and think about the things that some of these things that we normally take for granted, and just appreciate them because they're there for us.
Yeah.
If they weren't, we wouldn't be.
That's right.
Yeah. And Junie, yes, we do. We take it for granted. Yeah. Okay,
Okay, I think that's
that's all we have for today.
all we have for today.
And tomorrow, uh, the magic wand. Let me remind everybody who's here that we have Daniel Winiger on Lunch with Len today at 11:30, a little over 1 hour from now, 11:30 Pacific time. Love everybody to show up and have a big, big, big turnout and make Daniel feel like we really love him, because we do. And so we'll see you all at 11:30.
Yeah, I just want to add, if you guys have never met him or heard him speak in person, we saw him recently at the last event we went to, and he stood there and he was just kind. His words were powerful, and he really resonated with what he's doing with the company. And anyway, he's a very powerful man, very kind, and he has a really great heart. So I'm looking forward to hearing him today on your show, Len.
Yeah, this should be really fun.
Yeah.
Alrighty then, we're all done.
We're all done.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good day, everybody. Love you.
Yeah. And
See you tomorrow.
all right, I don't think I'll see you tomorrow, but Laura will.
It's all good.
His name is Daniel Winiger, Junie. Daniel Winiger. Look for Lunch with Len today. It's basically all over the net out there, all over social media. And we'll see you all. Bye for now.
Bye for now.